What's going on, everyone, and welcome to this week's meal prep. As always, you can find a complete breakdown of all the meals, protein, carbs, fats, total calories, all of that in the description, so make sure to check it out. Also, here you can see all the groceries, but in the description you're going to find a list of all the groceries as well as the total cost. This prep is going to be slightly different than the others. I got some other stuff to talk about, got some new recipes, so yeah, just enjoy. If you have followed my previous week's meal preps, you're going to notice that I'm making it almost the exact same way I made in my previous weeks. The Caribbean jerk chicken, it's cut up into chunks. I'm going to cook it on the stove with some extra virgin olive oil, and it only takes like 5 minutes, and then I actually bake it the rest of the way at like 400 degrees for another 10 to 15 minutes. I just like to get a crisp on it. But while this is cooking, I did want to talk about the new meal prep containers that I have for sale. I am now selling meal prep containers. You can find those in the description, so make sure to check it out. But a little bit differently, I am actually adding pineapples to this before I bake it in the oven. It sounded like a good idea, the Caribbean jerk seasoning, or not seasoning, but marinade. It just seemed like those two go well together, so yeah, that's what I did. See, I also put the recipe on the screen. This is going to be for the meatballs, homemade meatballs. I've never made these before. It's something new. It sounded good, so I found a recipe online and I modified it slightly. So yeah, this is my take on some Italian meatballs. I'll probably make it a little bit different next time, but what I'm adding is just some ground up oatmeal, and it was about 1/4 cup. And then I'm adding some basil to it, some extra virgin olive oil. I add pepper, salt, and then also a couple of eggs. Again, though, like I said, I think I'll change it up a little bit in the future. I might try to find some Italian seasoning, or maybe even add some oregano. Like, I'll add parsley here in just a second, but I think it just needs a little something else. If you guys have any tips or any suggestions, or if you guys make homemade meatballs, let me know what you guys do, maybe to help bring a little bit more flavor to them. They're good. I already tried them, but yeah, they just need a little something extra. Then all you're going to want to do is just mash it all together, mix it up really well, and then I will start to create these like little meatballs. But I have my weight scale there. I also have a discount code for that weight scale. Link in the description. Check that out. I forgot I even had that. But yeah, you're just gonna like make a little meatball, and I went for about 3 to 3.1, 3.2 ounces per meatball, and yeah, then I'm put it in my roaster pan, and I will bake them. And I baked them at about 400 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. You might want to cut them open before you eat them, just to make sure that they're done, because I did have a couple that weren't quite as done, some more than others. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Cut them open, make sure there's no red on the inside. But then I'm moving on to the actual pasta. And this week we bought veggie pasta. Alex actually said, "Hey, do you want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll buy it, no problem." So I bought this veggie pasta, which means that we won't need vegetables then, or won't have to make vegetables for this meal. And obviously, so once it came to a boil, I added the noodles, 7 to 8 minutes. That comes out al dente, which is it's a fancy word for meaning the noodles are done. And then I'm just going to add half and half to each of the meatball containers. And then I'm going to add my pasta sauce, splitting that between each container. And also what I do is I add some water in to the jar, probably about 1/4 of the jar. It's not going to taste watered down. Don't say, "Ooh, Jeff, that is gross. Like, what are you doing?" Like, it just makes it go a longer ways. Like, it covers all the noodles, it covers the meatballs. I don't know. As my method, you don't have to follow it by any means, but it's what I do, and I think it tastes fine, and I'm gonna continue to do it. But yeah, then I'm just gonna mix it all around and just get everything coated in that pasta sauce. And now on to the homemade garlic bread. Like, there's so many new recipes in this video. I know, and I have never made this before either, so I'll probably make some tweaks later, but this one came out pretty well. I just have it's like multigrain bread, And I'm gonna add some of this butter. Again, the full grocery list is in the description, so if you want to know what kind of butter I bought, I should say, it's in the description. And then I'm just using some garlic salt. I maybe could have put pepper on there as well, maybe even some oregano, and then I'm putting some mozzarella cheese on there. Nice, just coated up. And then I bake this in the oven at 400 degrees for like 6 to 7 minutes, and then I broil it for probably, what was it, like 3 minutes if I recall, and it's gonna get just a nice crisp and melt it all. It's delicious. It's good stuff, guys. I would try that out. And then it's time to package it up. So I'm gonna start with the chicken meal. So we're gonna do about 8 ounces of the chicken. Oh, and I didn't show the rice. I made rice again this week, but I just didn't show how to make it. I just make it in a rice cooker. So each container has about 130 grams, 125 to 130 grams of the cooked rice. And then it's gonna have about 8 ounces of the chicken and 2 pineapples, and one might get 3. One container might get 3, but it came out really well. I tried this meal already. Also, it came out well. The pineapple was a good touch. Add some sweetness to it. And then I'm just going to add some broccoli. I'm not really measuring it out. It's about a cup to a cup and a half of broccoli for each meal. So Alex and I essentially have the same meal this week. And my sister did not want meals this week because she actually prepped her own food. That's pretty cool. She made her own food this week, and I told her to send me a picture of it next time she does it. She didn't send me a pic, but next time. Then moving on to the pasta meal, I weighed out about 9 ounces of the cooked pasta with the pasta sauce, and then I added 4, was it 3 or 4? It was 4 meatballs to each container. And I will have the same thing for my meals. Those top meals, or those clear containers, those are for Alex, and those 3 compartment black ones towards the bottom or left, those are the new ones that I have. So I love those. Again, guys, you can see all of the containers that I have for sale, the packages that I created and things like that. There is a link. It's the first link in the description. Will take you to that page to check out the containers that I use. I hope you guys like them. So make sure, to just check them out. And lastly, for the garlic bread, I'm just gonna split it per each meal. Like, that's how I'm gonna do the serving size. That's how I'm gonna calculate the macros. And here are all the meals. And that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And thanks for watching.